Hi everyone. After you've done your strategic plan, you're going to go into the personal branding logo sketches as your second assignment. So this assignment asks that you do 20 sketches. I want to see them scanned in or photographed so that they're clean, they're crisp, they're bright. If you take it at a bad angle, you don't use even lighting, or you see part of the background or your hair, your foot, or whatever in there, then you will not earn a very high score. So this is the goal. You guys are all computer graphics people. You know how these things should look. Okay, so that said, so the assignment asks for 20. That is not very many. I worked at a company where we spent the entire week sketching a logo design idea, and that was like a team of 7 people, 8 hours a day. And you can imagine it was like 1,000 sketches. So 20 is nothing. Um, Obviously, the reason to do that is to move beyond the obvious and come up with creative ideas. If you want to do more than 20, I will totally give you extra credit. If you want to do 100, I will be amazed and impressed. But anyway, think about your strategic plan before you start. Obviously, there's a lot of wonderful links down here that will bring you to different examples. I like this article about the NYX logo designer. You can see his sketches. You can read about his thought process. So the assignment asks that you do sketches, not digital art. The reason for that is it's the industry standard. It's the industry standard because if you do digital art as a sketch, it looks like it's done. Clients don't like that. They want to be part of the process. They want to be part of the dialogue. That's number one reason. Number two, it's easy to get distracted by computer effects, bevel, emboss, drop shadow, or even playing around with the points or whatever. And now is not the time for that. Now is the time for idea generation. So take a look at that article. There's another one here that I find really interesting about sign design. And I find the process interesting. I'm not sure it was improved. Like this Warner sign is really beautiful, but you can see the real loose sketch. This is probably more like a rough than, a thumbnail than a rough. The cleaned up versions are considered roughs. And then it goes into digital and then color digital. And then the part that I found really interesting as a side note is the building of the sign. I think we all assume that it's a push your button kind of process and the computer does it all, but not at all. It's a lot of hard work. I hope they got paid a lot of money for it. But then you can see the final version. Is that one better than this one? I'm not sure. Anyway, interesting article about the development. Two other links on here are websites devoted to logo design. There's a lot of case studies that I think you might find interesting. Logo Design Love is probably the most popular in the industry. It's the stuff on here that you will probably be intrigued by. A great place to start if you're looking for inspiration. Another odd place to start is sort of the opposite place, is to look at bad logo design. And this will sort of help you steer clear of common errors that we all fall into before we start. Here's a funny bad example. And you might say, why is this a bad example? For me, number one is the production quality. You can see the edges of these letters look like they've sort of been bitten. So to me, that says they did it in Photoshop and they didn't know it should be a vector piece of art. So already they weren't professionals. And then the second thing to think about is, will this scale well? How is this going to look really small? I don't know if that football is going to show up really well. And then why is this a turtle? I guess. So the concept isn't very strong. And then, a lot of it is about clarity. Like, I don't hate this logo, but it does sort of look like it's sort of a finger pointing down. I don't know. But will this work on an embroidered hat? Will this work on a t-shirt? Will this work on a coaster? That's cute. That can't be a bad example. So anyway, take a look at there's a lot of good and bad examples out there. Some of them are sort of R-rated, so I didn't want to show them. This one's a little more intellectual, but honestly, I think you'll have a fun time looking at bad logo examples, just not with me at the moment. All right, guys, so and girls and everybody. So I want to see nice, clean sketches. Let me know if you have any questions and have fun with it.